Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today I'm going to be answering the most commonly asked question that I get in my YouTube comment section. How do I make money in GTA Online? Now, I did one of these videos about 6 months ago. My methods have remained mostly the same. However, I have added a few things that I will do on a weekly basis as well. So basically, I'm going to be taking you guys for just a quick run through of what I do every time I log into GTA Online. So first of all, I spawn at my mansion every time. Now, if you don't have a mansion, obviously you're not going to be able to do this, but the mansion is extremely useful for a couple of reasons. Now, the first thing that I do, obviously I spawn in at the mansion, and then I will go to the mansion services, one of the tablets here, and I immediately am going to fast travel to my Darnell Bros warehouse, which is my CEO cargo warehouse. This is the first thing I do every time I play this game. What you're going to do immediately, if you want to make money like I do, this is what I do. I go through to each of my warehouses and I passive source. Now, I'm sure the GTA Plus enjoyers are probably going to comment now and say something along the lines, well, why don't you just pull out your Vinewood Club app? Well, I don't have it because I don't use GTA Plus. But if I did, that's what I would do. This is a really, really good way to make money. Now, it's going to cost you $7,500 at each warehouse to passive source, and your technicians are going to come back with 1 to 4 crates after 48 minutes. And that 48 minutes can be in-game time or out-of-game time. As long as you source and then you can get offline, the next day when you log in, you will get your crates, which is really cool. And that's why it is one of the kind of best ways to make money, in my opinion, is because you don't really need to do anything other than just pay them. And the next time you log in, you're going to have more crates, which will be worth extra money. So that's cool. Now, you'll get between 1 and 3 regular crates, and you have a 1% chance of a 4th crate, which is a special item, and those are worth $100,000 a piece, as opposed to these regular crates, which are worth only $20,000. So this is a really, really good way to make money. Each of these warehouses, when completely full of regular cargo, keep in mind, they are worth $2,220,000. So pretty good. Now that's $20,000 a crate for those of you that care about the math on that. But if you have any special cargo, they're going to be worth even more than that. So for example, I'll just show you guys in this warehouse super quick how many special crates I have. I think this is one of my cargo warehouses that don't have that many special crates, but basically all the crates here that have the blue bottom on them are special items. So I have 6 in this warehouse, which means that is at least $600,000 of crates, and that's just the ones on this bottom row. We can actually go to the computer here and we can just quickly see exactly how much these are worth. Let's just quickly check. Oh, okay, I was extremely dead wrong. Oh, I have 8 special items. I don't know where the other 2 are. That's kind of odd, but anyways, $995,000. I've stacked these up for a while, keep in mind, but that is how much I have of those. So warehouses are like the best business in the game. I tell people this all the time in my live streams. People ask me all the time about, you know, my favorite way to make money, and I always tell them it's warehouses, and that's why. I mean, you have a 1% chance in each warehouse of sourcing a special item, which is worth $100,000, and the regular crates that you're going to get, 1 to 3 of them, that's automatically worth between $20,000 and $60,000, which at the least you're making a $12,500 profit on your money once you sell. That's crazy, and that's if you source 1 crate, you know. So you can make a lot of money with this. That's up to $52,500 if you source 3 crates in a warehouse. So really good way to make money. Anyways, that's done. So now what I will typically do, and what I'm going to do in this case, is I'm going to spawn in the terabyte. What you could also do if you wanted to would be switch sessions and go back to like the mansion and then fast travel accordingly from there. But since I'm already out here, I might as well use the terabyte. But just to let you guys know, that is something you could do. Session hopping is like a really good way to get around in GTA now, especially if you're on enhanced and you have the game on an SSD, whether that's on console or whether that's on PC. The loading times are like nothing now, so it's kind of a really fast way to get around. So what I'll do next up, and the reason I call the terabyte, is to get my master control terminal. So if you don't have a master control terminal in your terabyte, you're going to want to use the one either in your mansion or the one that's available in the arcade. What I do is I go here and I make sure that all of my businesses are supplied. So for example, weed is full on product, so I'm not going to buy more supplies because I want to use up those supplies before I buy more, because you buy them in increments of $15,000 and splits this bar into fifths. So right here, I don't think that I think I'd be losing money on supplies effectively is what I'm trying to say. So my counterfeit cash factory though does need some supplies. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to buy the supplies right here. Now, obviously another alternative is you have the stash house. Stash houses will give you a free resupply for any of these businesses, which will save you $75,000. Now, I've already done mine, so I can't show you that because I already did that earlier today when I was on, but I'm going to buy supplies for the document forgery office, for counterfeit cash. Just make sure that those are filled up. Now, obviously, the rest of these businesses I could sell, and I might just do that, but typically I will wait until I sell with crew members because you get a 50% high demand bonus. So I'm not going to do that right now. However, what I am going to do now is go and collect safe income, and I'm going to go and do the maintenance on several different businesses to make sure that the passive income is coming in as effectively as possible. So our first stop is going to be here at the car wash, because as you guys can see by the marking on the mini map there, this has full heat, which means it's not making any money. So we got to fix that. So what I will do is I'll hop in here, and of course I will go and do a car wash mission. So I'm going to go up to the laptop here, and I'm going to launch that car wash mission. Now you can also call RAF on the phone, which is actually a lot more effective than doing it this way, but I always forget about that, so that's my fault for not doing that. But you can call RAF and request a car wash mission, and that will basically take care of that. It'll save you a little bit of time, so I definitely would advise doing that. So that's the first little maintenance job that I've done. Got the car wash running back, so it's going to be making me my $26,500 a day. If you're wondering about that number is affected by how many businesses you own in GTA Online. Now, I could increase my number technically by completing a certain amount of laundering missions for each of the 3 businesses, like Higgins Heli Tours, the car wash itself, as well as the smoke on the water business. You can double your daily income from each of those businesses if you choose to by doing those laundering missions. I personally haven't done it. I just don't find it that awesome. And also smoke on the water and Higgins Heli Tours, I don't bother reducing the heat on anymore, because really it would give me about $10,000 more a week, but the missions take a very long time to do, so there's not really much point for me in doing them. So anyway, next up we're here at the nightclub. Now my nightclub is at half a bar of popularity at the end, which is the bar that matters. You want to keep it at this popularity or higher to make $50,000 every in-game day, because after this, on the next little tick there, it's going to drop down to $45,000, and then after that, the final tick in that bar in the bottom right, it's going to be $25,000 that you're going to get. So now is going to be the time to do this. I also have 50k in the safe, so we're going to take care of that real quick, grab that money out, and we're going to go find this drunk VIP, which is unfortunate. I wish this was the kick out troublemaker mission. Unfortunately, that has been patched as far as guaranteeing yourself to get it. You used to be able to enter passive mode, and every time you went into your nightclub, you would get the kick out troublemaker mission. It was a great time. It was a great time to be alive in the nightclub, that's for sure. All right, and here we are dropping off this VIP. Go ahead and wait for this godforsaken gate to open, please. Hurry up. Thank you. So now that I've done my popularity maintenance in the nightclub, it's going to be time to go to the salvage yard, and we're going to do a tow truck mission. All right, so here we are at the salvage yard business. Now, the salvage yard can make up to $24,000 of passive income every day. People will claim that it's not passive income, but it is. You just have to do a little tiny bit of work like you do with any passive income. There's no such thing as passive income. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and launch the tow truck job here. I'm going to go and get this car, and I'm going to bring it back here. Now, I would advise to do 2 of these initially, and then you can just do 1 a day to maintain it. But if you do mess up on it, you're going to have to do more to get back up to that $24,000 a day income. So that is something to keep in mind with the tow truck. The tow truck missions are not that awesome. They're really not that fun. If you do get one that's super far away, just blow up the tow truck, or just quickly switch sessions. You can make your salvage yard your spawn point if you don't want to waste the time of having to get there. So I would advise doing that if you have the personal quarters within your salvage yard, of course. But anyway, we're going to go out here and get this car, and I'll see you guys back at the salvage yard. All right, guys, and here we are back at the salvage yard. I'm going to return this vehicle now. There is a 2-minute cooldown in between tow truck missions, so what I would recommend doing is, if you have an agency, if you have any other businesses that have a safe that gets income, to go there and collect that income right now in between the 2 tow truck missions. That's what I typically like to do. So we're going to hop on the oppressor here. Next up, we're going to go to the agency. We're going to make sure that wall safe is nice and empty. Then I'm going to go to my arcade and also make sure that that is empty as well. Now, it hasn't been that long since I last collected my agency safe, so we've only got $20,000 in here, but I'm going to go ahead and collect it anyways because we might as well. Then we're going to head up to the arcade, grab that money as well. And here we are at the arcade. I'm pretty sure my arcade's got a good amount of money in it. Well, not good, but like it's got some money in it, I guess. That we might as well grab. I believe, what do we have in here? I think it's gonna be, oh, it's full. My arcade safe is full. It is not good. I wonder how long it's been full for. Couldn't be long. It must actually just got full, like very recently, but there's another $100,000 in there, so take that, might as well. That's awesome. Good to see it, of course. So now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually end up going back to my mansion. So the fastest way to do that is going to be to find a new session and go into an invite only session. This is going to save a massive amount of time. So we're going to go ahead and do this real quick because what I need to do next is hit my mansion business production boost. This is something you got to take advantage of every 24 hours because every 24 hours this is available for a new business. So you can do the business production boost, and this week document forgery was on double money. I'm going to go ahead and boost Coke because it's technically the highest money per hour business in the game. Now you could do acid, you could do weapons if you wanted to, but Coke is probably going to be the next best thing. So what I would typically do is boost business production on Coke, make sure to go and sell Coke, and then it's going to manufacture the goods really fast again. Now I'm not actually going to hit the business production boost. This is just to show you guys because my Coke is already full. And so is my S lab and so is my bunker and everything else. So I'm not going to waste my mansion production boost on it, but typically you would want to do that to make sure that it's making your product as efficiently as possible. Now, after I've done that, that's like a pretty basic start to my GTA Online day. Now, I'll either do one of 2 different things. I will typically now go and do my auto shop customer deliveries, my MC bike delivery. I might do my ammunition delivery, my export and mixed goods from the CEO office. I might do any of those things. Now, that's typically what I would do in like one day. And then I will usually alternate, and on the second day I would go and do a security contract or a payphone hit or something like that typically. Sometimes I'll even go and source hangar cargo as well. So that's something that I would typically do now. Now, if there's any business in particular that's on double money, like document forgery for this week, I will make sure to sell that as often as possible because you might as well sell as often as you possibly can because that's how you're going to make the most amount of money. You got to take advantage of that 2x money, man. You know what I mean? So typically I would do that, but that's honestly what an average day in GTA Online looks like for me. Except I would repeat this exact process that I just showed you minus doing the maintenance for certain businesses, and I'd repeat it multiple times. For example, I'm usually on for more than 48 minutes, so when my CEO cargo workers come back with crates, I would go to my CEO cargo warehouses again, source crates again. I would go and collect my safe income from the nightclub again, make sure the popularity's up again. Same with the car wash, same with the salvage yard. I would go and take care of all of that stuff accordingly, just to make sure that passive money is coming in as often as possible. Like I said a little bit earlier too, typically at the end of the week on Friday nights, we'll host a crew session with multiple people in it. And in those crew sessions, you can get the 50% high demand bonus, all while being pretty much entirely safe unless somehow a griefer sneaks into the crew, but it's very unlikely to happen. In those lobbies, you can make an extra 50% on your stuff. So selling CEO cargo, selling MC businesses, selling the bunker, selling any of that sort of stuff, I'm making 50% more money doing that. Now, of course, I do sell solo sometimes. It happens on a weekly basis, probably. I would say I will sell solo, but I just keep doing this over and over and over again. And that's how I make at least $3 to $6 million a week, every single week in GTA Online. Most of it comes from my passive income wall safes, to be completely honest, but some of it does come from business income as well, like selling the MC businesses and stuff like that. But I hope this answers some of you guys' questions. Again, like I said at the start of the video, this is one of the most commonly asked things I see in my comment section. A lot of people want to know how I make my money in GTA. Just for reference as well, some people are going to be curious about how much money I actually have in GTA, and I have $207 million right now. I had $185 million just a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, you can make money pretty fast, but obviously my income goes up a lot if I sell CEO cargo in particular. That's like $15 million right there, and that takes like an hour to sell roughly. And with the high demand bonus, it just gets insane. So you can make way more than $3 to $6 million a week doing this, but basically, it just relies on you to be passive sourcing your CEO cargo warehouses more often and selling your businesses more often. It's just a very basic way that I make as much money as I do in GTA, and not even showing you like the crazy sale missions and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, I really hope this helped you out. If it did, consider dropping a like and subscribing if you guys are new. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care. Peace.